Ah, yes, the age-old question. What's the difference between Seminyak, LEGIAN, and KUTA? I mean, nobody's actually ever asked it, but let's ask it.
I'm in, like I don't know where I am actually.
So perhaps the first thing to mention is the fact that KUTA, LEGIAN, and Seminyak all share the same stretch of beach. And that stretch of beach, or at least the distance from KUTA to Seminyak via the road, the parallel road, is 4.3 kilometers. 4.3 kilometers. And that means that it's just like all the same thing, with differences obviously, but it's all the same thing. So it's not like you're driving through rice fields to get to the next area. Your travel agent as a newbie will undoubtedly sort of dump you in the south, because most people think Bali is KUTA, LEGIAN, and Seminyak, and more Canggu. So here we are in Seminyak on Jalan Kayu Aya. The demographics, KUTA, you've got your schoolies, so that's from November 16 on, and they just go sort of nuts in the nightclubs and cheap drinks and etc. And that's kind of renowned for that, the main strip of KUTA. But if you get down into the Kartika Plaza end near Waterbomb Park, great place for families. Dad can go out on the reef surfing you take an outrigger boat or some sort of boat out to the reef and surf, or you can just surf straight off the beach, which you can also do in LEGIAN. And LEGIAN would be sort of some of the old school KUTA people drifting into LEGIAN. Again, I think more like old school people with their families, with their teenagers. KUTA perhaps with younger kids. And Seminyak, I think, really like young families. I see a lot of people sort of trying to negotiate these pathways with prams. So singles, young groups of men and women together, and young families with prams tend to go to Seminyak, because at the end of the day, Seminyak is kind of trendy. Is that still a word? And LEGIAN is sort of homeschool for Australians, and KUTA used to be, and it's more for sort of backpackers and kids. KUTA's the cheapest, LEGIAN is the next level up, and Seminyak is, again, more expensive. It's all affordable. I mean, you can stay, like a really good choice in, hello mate, yes, he's trying to offer me a ride on his motorbike, and I just pointed and said, no, I'm just using my feet, and he had a big smile, which is, one of the ways to deal with hawkers. Speaking of which, in Bali, there are a lot of people hawking on the street. Is that the word? Hawking, canvassing, hassling, trying to sell you crap, trying to drag you into stores, and indeed restaurants. KUTA is renowned for this, as is LEGIAN. You've got to be used to that stuff, or learn from an upcoming vlog that I'm about to do in a couple of weeks on how to deal with that sort of thing. In Seminyak, it's almost non-existent. I mean, he did ask me for a ride. They did, try to hand me a pamphlet for massage. But generally, there's just people outside the restaurants going, yeah, like there's the menu, here we are, check it out. And you can sort of see in Seminyak here what the demographic is really. I've just spoke to somebody that stayed in Seminyak, and my feeling about it is that it's kind of like after about 3 days, it just feels like, get me out of here, get me out of this city. Like if you haven't been on your day trip yet to Ubud, or on your whitewater rafting, or your quad bikes, or you've gone to the zoo or safari park, or on the Bali swings, or whatever it might be. Look at this guy, he gives me the finger. Like, it's like, don't be pointing the camera at me, mate. Like us poor old vloggers, the things that we have to deal with. The other differences, KUTA's coming up, like in the Kartika Plaza area. Blah, blah, blah. It's getting better. The hotels are getting better. There's new hotels coming up all the time in Bali, all over. I can stay in KUTA for maybe, if you want to go backpackers, you can stay for $10 a night. I'll be staying next time coming for $30 a night with a swimming pool. And then, so the same thing in Seminyak you can get, but it's very rare. There's a couple of places that you can do that, but you might be looking more along the lines of $50 to $80 a night. So there's a little bit of difference in the pricing of the hotels. So there's that. There's a lot of fixed price stores in Seminyak where we are here. There's a lot of open bargaining stores in LEGIAN and KUTA. And LEGIAN and KUTA is a blurry line in the middle there that you wouldn't know whether you're in LEGIAN or KUTA, to be fair. And I mean, there are sort of borders. So yeah, like as I walk along here, I'm not getting hassled. I'm not getting harassed. But it is busy. It's very, very busy. There's people everywhere. They're loving Seminyak at the moment. It's as I said, it's trendy. It's upmarket. The restaurants are great. The food is great. I would say the food is like always good. Whereas LEGIAN, you've probably got your favourite restaurants, and the same in KUTA, you've probably got your favourite restaurants. But I didn't find anything bad in Seminyak, given that I didn't do any dodgy little warungs, of which there are not too many. There's one really famous great warung, again, which I'll shoot in a later vlog. Other costs, I mean, the motorbikes kind of creep up a little bit. So KUTA LEGIAN, you'll get as low as $4 a day. Seminyak, you might be $5 a day. I mean, it's not huge expenses. For the upper market, I mean, you can stay on the beach in Seminyak for $867 a night at Petitenget Beach. I think that's right. I always get tongue-tied over that one. It's possible. I mean, the Bali Padma can get up in price depending on what you've got. But I'm just talking about the basic room at that hotel in Seminyak is $867. I'm like, yeah, I could stay there for like not at all ever. And you can stay on the beach in LEGIAN with your family at the Bali Mandira. I would highly recommend. It's great. It's on the water. The hubby can go surfing off the reef or off the surf break there. KUTA, the hubby can go surfing off the beach and also take a boat out to the reef. And the kids and mum can be at Waterbomb Park. Sorry to categorise, but maybe it's dad with the kids and mum surfing. I mean, I'm not, I just ain't like that. What else can I tell you about these two places? Well, they're definitely spelt differently. There's that. As you can see here, like the shops there's a lot of sort of designer stores and a lot of local artisans. There's a lot of foreign clothing design. And that tends to tends to morph into what we're seeing here. That's the nicest way I can put it. And their nightclubs here in Seminyak are upper class, much, much better. DJs are a bit crap. You're just sort of mixing quickly and still top 40 rubbish. KUTA music is bloody awful at the moment. Probably more live music in KUTA, but there is live music in Seminyak, and it's good. The KUTA live music is probably more of a full band, whereas Seminyak will tend to be duos, etc. And KUTA, full bands, duos, whatever. I have like a lot of big KUTA fans that I know, big LEGIAN fans. I don't know any big Seminyak fans, which is interesting, isn't it? I just thought of that and just came to me, but like, yeah, we went there. That's La Favela, that nightclub. So you'll need to dress to get into there. I mean, you'll need long trousers for the blokes, or it's somewhat dressy. I mean, something a bit better than your bintang singlet. And there's a great bar opposite, and there's some great things happening in Seminyak. But yeah, look, I don't have any really big Seminyak fans going, yes, I always go to Seminyak. But you do have people saying, "Oh, we just stay in LEGIAN because it's like, it's cheap and we know it, and like it's good for the kids," or we just stay in KUTA and we know it and it's good for the kids and we have our favourite restaurants. So that sort of pretty much wraps it up for my versus. Not extensive, but just gives you an idea as a newbie mostly, or as an oldie if you're thinking about venturing to Seminyak. It's good, but it's just like what you see here. It's crowded and it's busy and it's more expensive. I would just choose, if you had to choose out of the three, I'd go by the budget, and you get a slightly better hotel in KUTA than LEGIAN, than Seminyak. So yeah.